failed gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake and bonkers election denier is clearly planning to run for Senate, or it's very likely that she's going to run for Senate in Arizona. I have a moment from a recent interview for you here where she gets asked about her 2024 plans, and we've seen her showing up in Iowa. So some people are thinking, is she wanting to be Trump's vice presidential running mate, which I'm sure she would want that as well. But it does seem her eyes are set on a Senate run. Take a look at this.
Softball question.
Wow.
You thought it was going to be easy.
I thought it was. Okay.
We're friends.
Well, then I'll just be really honest with you.
Which one do you want to tackle, the Senate or the VP one first?
Let's hit them both head on.
Okay.
Obviously, my case is the most important thing.
Of course.
But you're asking if things don't go well, if
Right.
the judicial system is much more corrupt than we think it is, what happens?
Yeah.
I am seriously considering a run for Senate. Yes, absolutely. Because just because they sold an election, we're so dangerous to them. I'm so dangerous to the status quo in this rotten swamp that they're willing to steal the election to stop me and our movement. I'm not letting them get away with that. We're not going away. And so
You're dangerous to democracy, not dangerous to the status quo and kind of the good way of mixing things up and improving it. We'll watch a little bit more from this, but when politicians say, I'm seriously considering it, that means it's definitely happening. Because normally the answer is, oh, I don't know, I'm focused on only this. I'm not even thinking about that. And still they likely are considering it. If you say, I'm really seriously considering it, that's definitely the plan that you're working on. And again, she's also been seemingly auditioning to be Trump's vice presidential running mate. So maybe she's waiting to see how that's going to work out. But the bad part about this, and we'll talk about another important angle on this after the second clip I'm going to show you. But first is because Kirsten Sinema seems to also be running for re-election as an independent, but is still left of center, and Ruben Gallego's in the race. If Kari Lake does get into the race, or another Republican, but especially someone as dangerous as Kari Lake, just with her election denying and conspiracy theories and all that, she'll have a better shot because of the independent Democratic split situation in my mind, and how that could mix things up. So it'll definitely be something we watch closely. But continuing with this interview.
I am seriously considering a run for Senate. All the polling shows that I would win, not just the primary. The polling is showing I would beat both Kirsten Sinema and this socialist guy that's running.
Oh, the other Democrat that's jumping in, right?
Gallego,
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And so,
But are you worried, though, Kari? Because we know...
And it depends on the poll that you look at. Ruben Gallego has been leading both Kari Lake and Kirsten Sinema in polling recently.
The voter rolls are corrupt. We know that these mail-in ballots can be corrupted. All these issues with Maricopa County specifically, and obviously if you run for that Senate seat, just like gubernatorial, that's the entire state, not like a congressional district of only 700,000 folks. You're running for the whole state. How do we guarantee, do we have new stuff in place? Will you have new poll watchers to make sure it's not screwed again?
This is why I'm fighting it right now. I want to get our elections straightened out, and I want them to be honest. And that's why I'm fighting it so hard right now. We'll take it to the Supreme Court if we...
Okay. And then she's talking about her election lawsuit, but that is representative of this strange logical, the gymnastics that has to be done mentally for supporters of people like Trump and Kari Lake. Because now Trump is, and Kari Lake may soon be, running another campaign and convincing their followers that, yeah, as I keep saying, the last election was stolen and nothing significantly has changed within my conspiracy theory about what is going on, all the corruption, but I could win this one. In the case of Trump, the Dominion voting system, flipping thousands and thousands of votes from Trump to Biden, but that's not going to happen in 2024. I don't understand as a follower how you don't just disengage and not understand how your vote's going to make a difference if the Democrats have this big conspiracy where they can steal elections, as Kari Lake says and Trump says. But the other notable part about a possible 2024 Kari Lake Senate run is how the election denying will play into that. Because for the general electorate, obviously I just talked about how it plays into her own voters thinking it was stolen, but also thinking she could win it this one. But then how it plays into her ability to win the general election, because we saw that not work in 2022. Now, as I said, with the unique landscape with the independent, that can mix things up. But generally, the midterms definitely highlighted this. The American electorate wholesale is not on board with the election denying. And so for her to lean into that so much, and for her 2024 campaign to be similar to Trump's, which is, hey, I lost that last election, but I don't think that I did, is a strange strategy. And it really is, as you can tell in every interview she does and all of her public statements, it's what she's obsessed with. She can't accept that she just lost, so she has to have, like Trump, the conspiracy theories. And so when that's a part of a campaign, I just don't see how that works. It could, unfortunately, but reasonably, I don't see how that could work to say I should be elected because I falsely believe I lost the last, or I actually won the last time when I lost. But that's the moment that we're in American politics. Make sure you are subscribed to the David Pakman Show YouTube channel and my YouTube channel at Luke Beasley on YouTube. So great guest hosting today. Much love to you all. I will see you soon.